Now on Sunrise and streaming on CrossroadsToday.com, the search for an 11-month-old boy is on here in Texas. Hear why the Amber Alert was set off and who may be responsible for the abduction. And Trump says another indictment is imminent following a target letter he received by special counsel investigating the efforts to overturn the 2020 presidential election. We have the details. Plus, a woman is recovering after she was hit by a car Tuesday in Victoria. Hear the latest on her condition and more later coming up on Sunrise.
Okay, on the outside, we're back in Cuero once again. Sun is out. Let's see, the sky is lit up nice and bright. A few clouds in the distance, that's all. Triple-digit highs today, oh yes. And rainfall chances, also a yes. We'll take a look coming up.
State title game last night, that's coming up in sports.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Carolina Astrain.
I'm Trey Money.
And today is the 19th day of July 2023. And let's see, the time is now 6:31 on your Friday morning. And it is also, let's see, we got to pick one of these two, Trey. Which one should we pick?
Let's see. Oh, retainer. I had a retainer.
All right, we're going to choose International Retainer Day. I still have mine.
Oh, you do? Oh, mine's long gone.
I think I needed to hold everything together, Trey.
Yeah, I guess I still need one of those at times around here. So in my life at times, but it's all good. All right, let's retain the heat. It's still in our forecast coming up, so get ready for it yet again today. And take a look at the live view from Cuero once again. Looking pretty nice. A few high clouds in the distance, that's all. And temperatures around the region are currently 79 degrees in Victoria, that is. We use that as a central point and keeping it near the 80-degree range and around most of the Crossroads area this morning. And looking at the feel-like temperature, already 83 degrees and building on that in a big way. We'll be near 110 or so heat index value coming up by about 4 or 5 o'clock today. Southern winds near 5 miles per hour. And looking at the temperatures currently, in 80 degrees, 79, 80 degrees, and mid-80s along the immediate coast, typical for this time of morning in the summertime. And we still have the heat advisory goes into effect at 12 noon till 7 p.m. for all the Crossroads counties you see here, all the areas from near Victoria County down to Calhoun County along the coast, and the Corpus Christi metro area just out of our region, and then the areas of San Antonio, Pleasanton up there in the Hill Country. That's excessive heat warning in effect for heat index values of 110 or higher, and those locations there. But even if we're not in the heat warning area specifically, we still need to keep our safety tips in mind and try your best to stay cool, because it don't take much to get you overheated, and that'd be a bad thing definitely. And heat index value by 9 a.m. it will be in the 90s. By 12 noon, getting near 100 degrees, we're topping that. 107 or so by 1 o'clock in the afternoon. 3, 4, 5 o'clock, 109 to 110 around the region, and even down the coast. Can't escape the heat down there, even if you go toward the areas near Port O'Connor, and it will still be about 98 degrees or so, and heat index value above that as well. So what about run those rain chances that are heading our way? What day will they be? What percentages do we have so far? We'll give you the details coming up a little bit later on. Carolina?
A search is underway for an 11-month-old boy missing in Tyler. Jamar Ross was reported missing after police tried to take custody of him under an order from Child Protective Services. Police say Ross was not at the location CPS sent them to and are learning the child may be with his mother, 26-year-old Tarhandia Jackson. Anyone with information on Ross or his mother's whereabouts are asked to report it to the Tyler Police Department. That number is 903-531-1000. Special Counsel Jack Smith has informed former President Trump he's a target of the investigation into efforts to overturn the 2020 presidential election. Trump himself first confirmed the news on his Truth Social account, and the so-called target letter was sent to Trump's attorney over the weekend. That's from 2 federal law enforcement sources. That lines up with what Trump said. He said he got the letter Sunday night. That could mean federal prosecutors could soon indict the former president, although it's still unclear which part of the special counsel Jack Smith's investigation will result in charges. This probe, sometimes called the January 6th probe, is focused on several schemes run by Trump and his associates, including the possible use of fake electors in key states won by Biden. We'll go to Washington for a closer look on the target letter later on Sunrise. Police say a woman was crossing the street when she was hit by a car yesterday westbound on James Coleman. Police say the call came in around 10 o'clock yesterday morning. The impact was at a low speed, but the woman did have to go to the hospital.
The pedestrian was crossing the roadway southbound. Driver of the SUV didn't see the pedestrian and struck him with the front right of the car.
The woman is expected to be okay. Investigators are continuing to look into that July 4th grain elevator collapse in Bee County that killed a man and 2 others. 37-year-old Sergio Jason Alberto Alvarez was pronounced dead at the scene after his body was recovered from under the debris. The incident occurred at a grain elevator located on State Highway 359 in Tynan. Burt Mengers and Andres Martinez were hurt and transported to a Corpus Christi hospital. OSHA is conducting the investigation. The U.S. national believed to be detained by North Korea after crossing the border from the south is thought to be an American soldier. The American-led UN command said a U.S. national on an operation tour had crossed without authorization the military demarcation line into the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. We believe he is currently in DPRK custody, and we're working with our KPA counterparts to resolve this incident, it said in a tweet. The UN says the unnamed person was on a tour of the Joint Security Area, part of the demilitarized zone between the two countries. Tours of the JSA have been ongoing since the 1960s and are organized by private companies, while the UN has held its own tours for its staff. The Powerball has now climbed to $1 billion. There was no winner in Monday night's estimated $900 million jackpot. The next drawing is today, July 19th. The new jackpot for Wednesday's drawing would be the 3rd highest in U.S. history and will keep growing until someone wins. Powerball is played in 45 states as well as Washington, D.C., Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click the notification bell. The time is now 6:37 on your Wednesday morning. Here's a look at what's coming up on 25 News Now Sunrise. Monday morning, Goliad County Sheriff deputies responded to a convenience store for a burglary alarm.
I'm ABC's M. Wynn in Washington. Former President Trump is now pushing back on a target letter that indicates he may be indicted again. The details coming up.
Once again, the main weather story is going to be the extreme heat around the Crossroads region. And look at this coming up by your 5 p.m. hour. The next value approaching 110 in Victoria and much of the Crossroads region. So stay safe out there, stay cool, know your heat safety tips. Rain chances are on the way. Have faith, we'll get there. We'll give you the details coming up.
Hi, I'm Detective Kelly Gibbs with the Victoria Police Department. Victoria Crime Stoppers is seeking information about an unsolved murder. On October 21, 1970, at approximately 1 p.m., Lynn Holman Dean was found dead at a liquor store at the 2300 block of Port Lavaca Drive. Officers with the Victoria Police Department discovered her body while investigating a robbery of the store. Dean was a 24-year-old white female who worked at the store. If you have any information about this murder, please call Victoria Crime Stoppers at 361-572-4200. You can also submit a tip by using the P3 Tip app on your Android or Apple device, or by visiting our website at www.victoriacrimestoppers.com. All tips are anonymous, and if you give information that leads to an arrest or charges being filed, you can earn a cash reward. With the Victoria Police Department, I'm Detective Kelly Gibbs.
Good morning. It's 20 minutes away from the 7 a.m. hour, and starting off with a few clouds this morning and no precipitation out there at all. Not expecting any today. Then we'll have sunny skies by late morning, afternoon, and it's going to heat up our atmosphere quite a bit, well above 100 degrees coming up for a daytime air temperature high, and also the heat index value at that time. And high pressure has been overhead for quite a while, giving us the hot temperatures and keeping these storms away from us. Everything goes up and over the high pressure ridge just like this. So they're keeping the rain out of our forecast here and keeping the rain up there in the northeast and the east, where they've had a little bit too much, as you heard on the recent newscast. But looking like the high pressure cell will begin to move further to the west with time coming up by the weekend, which will allow for a little bit of a release of the hold of the high pressure over our region here. Some tropical moisture move on through, and possible a very weak front gets closer to us coming up by the weekend, the first part next week, which will give us some rain chances around here. So far, about 30% chances. We certainly will take that and like it, of course. And what about your full forecast? What days are those rain chances going to appear on the chart? We'll take a look at that later on before we go here in the full 7-day outlook. Carolina?
Thank you, Trey. A local Victoria Little League team had to win 2 games in a doubleheader to move to the next round. Sports Director Gino Perez has more.
At Crossroads, let's see how the Little League baseball team from Victoria did against Lufkin. In the final inning of play, Landon Gandy launches one to left field, and the ball goes all the way to the fence. Gandy is in for a stand-up double. A few plays later, the pitcher goes and throws a wild pitch, which would bring in Gandy, who was on third, and this would prove to be a vital run in the game. Victoria is 1 out away from winning state. A shallow pop-up to left field, and it falls. Now bases loaded for Lufkin. Still 1 out away. The batter hits one right up the middle over the pitcher. The second baseman fields it and throws it to first, but it's a bad throw. 2 runs come in, and it does not look good. Now it's just a 1-run game, 8-7. Batter hits one almost up the middle. The shortstop gets it, tags second for the out. They go on to win. Now Victoria won the doubleheader, and they will move on to the next round. Final score 8-7. That's your 25 Sports Now.
All right, thank you, Gino. We want to invite y'all to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on our connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and on your cell phone, just search Crossroads Today Plus. This morning, former President Donald Trump lashing out at a new target letter he received from special counsel Jack Smith, which Trump says indicates an arrest and indictment to come possibly in the next few days. It's the clearest sign yet that the special counsel will seek charges for Trump's efforts to illegally cling to power after he lost the 2020 presidential election.
This morning, Donald Trump now facing his 3rd and most serious allegation as special counsel Jack Smith appears set to indict the former president as part of the wide-ranging investigation into the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. Trump announcing on Truth Social he received a target letter from investigators late Sunday, which he says almost always means an arrest and indictment. Trump in Iowa saying he's becoming an expert in subpoenas.
I have no choice because we have to.
A source says the target letter mentions 3 federal statutes: conspiracy to commit offense or to defraud the United States, deprivation of rights under color of law, and tampering with a witness, victim, or informant. Trump says he was given until Thursday to testify before the grand jury, but sources close to the former president say he's unlikely to accept. Trump on Fox News claiming without evidence that investigators are in a rush because of the upcoming election.
Now it bothers me. It's election interference. Never been done like this in the history of our country, and it's a disgrace. What's happening to our country.
Smith is also looking into efforts by Trump and his allies to cling to power in key states where he lost, talking to local election officials in Arizona, Wisconsin, Michigan, Nevada, and in Georgia, where Trump was recorded pressuring the Secretary of State to, quote, find the votes he needed to win.
So what are we going to do here, folks? I only need 11,000 votes. Fellas, I need 11,000 votes.
The Michigan Attorney General charged 16 people on Tuesday, accusing them of acting as fake electors, submitting false certifications after the 2020 election, claiming Trump had won the state. The district attorney in Fulton County, Georgia, is also leading an investigation into Trump's alleged efforts to overturn the 2020 election results in that state. A decision in that case is expected next month. Em Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
That leads us to your viewer poll. You can scan the QR code right there on your screen to take part. We ask you, is Trump guilty of trying to overturn the 2020 election? Okay, let's take a look. 43% of you say yes, and 57% of you say no. We want to keep hearing from you. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to take part in our viewer poll. Monday morning, Goliad County Sheriff deputies responded to a convenience store for a burglary alarm. Deputies found that the offender was gone and the store owner reported items were missing. Deputies found 18-year-old Faro Palacios. After questioning, Palacios confessed to the burglary. He's now in the Goliad County Jail. 8 people arrested by Wharton County Sheriff deputies early Tuesday morning. The 8 are accused of stealing several four-wheelers from a home on County Road 360 in Wharton County. 3 of the people in custody, Devontae Bloodson, Tristan Foley, and Dylan Villarreal, are from El Campo. Deputies were able to recover all the stolen property. The time is now 6:46 on your Wednesday morning. Still to come. On a good day for Dale Jones, AT&T shares not having such a great time. Okay, time to celebrate some birthdays. Happy birthday, Marianne, from your friend Rocky.
And happy 12th birthday to Chloe from her mom, dad, brothers and sister, and her grandparents and family. We all love you so much.
And happy birthday to Sabrina. You're growing up so fast and it's a joy to watch. Happy 13th birthday, Sabrina. You're officially a teenager now. Love your family who love and appreciate you.
And happy birthday also to Roger. Want to wish my son Roger a very happy 17th birthday from your dad, siblings, and all. I love you.
And even a sorcerer who can control time has birthdays. Doctor Strange star Benedict Cumberbatch is 47 years old. He was also, he played Khan in the Star Trek movie.
Very good, very good. To see your birthday wish live on 25 News Now Sunrise, come to crossroadstoday.com. Click on More Under Home. You'll see the KVU Submit Your Birthday.
And I want to send a birthday shout out to Julian, Gabriel, and to Doris. Happy birthday, and happy birthday to you if it's your birthday today. The time is now 6:47 on your Wednesday morning. Stay with us. Trey and I will be right back.
Good morning, good morning. It's about 9 minutes away from 7 a.m. And let's take a look at this right here. This is the rainfall model, and we'll follow it and see when we feel, then look and see when the rain is expected to hit our region here. Not anytime real soon. For today, Thursday, Friday, we'll keep it on the dry side, high pressure dominating our weather here. But Saturday and Sunday, here comes the rainfall. If it comes, there it is, there we go. It's Sunday into Monday, beginning to approach us from the east as a weak frontal boundary gets near our region here. High pressure over our region will venture further to the west, allowing that front to move on through, so it doesn't have that much of a barrier between that. So that's why we're thinking about some rain chances as well, and maybe a few degrees cooler temperature with the cloud cover at that time. Wish we could use that, have that today, because it's definitely going to be another blistering hot day. 107 to 109 heat index value coming up by 5 p.m. this afternoon. Be careful out there. Stay safe. 101 high temperature today, mostly sunny skies. Overnight lows will be in the upper 70s, 80s along the coast. High temperatures tomorrow, 101 of course, with triple-digit heat index value still dealing with that. That'll take us through the rest of the week into the weekend, and there's the rain chances coming in for Monday and Tuesday.
On a good day for the Dow Jones, AT&T shares hit a 30-year low Tuesday. Verizon and Frontier were also among the nation's other network providers whose stocks took a hit. The downturn follows a Wall Street Journal report that claimed Verizon and AT&T left cables coated in lead across the country. That lead is claimed to be a public health issue. Massachusetts Senator Edward Murkey calls it, quote, corporate irresponsibility of the worst kind, unquote. In response, the telecom companies say the Wall Street Journal's testing methodologies are flawed and inaccurate. Lawmakers have demanded action to further investigate the network of toxic lead cables in the wake of the Journal report. If you find yourself waiting until the weekend to squeeze in your workouts, you're not alone. A new study has found it may be just as beneficial to be a weekend warrior as it is to exercise throughout the week. The report published in the journal JAMA looked at more than 100,000 people who use monitors to track their movements over the course of a week. It found that both daily and weekend exercise schedules showed similar levels of health benefits, including lower risk of heart attack, heart failure, and stroke. Doctors recommend that adults get at least 150 minutes of moderate physical activity a week. The study's lead author says if you're able to achieve that over 1 or 2 days, it could be just as beneficial as exercising daily. More importantly, any activity is better than none. Still to come on Sunrise News to know before you go. 5 people were hurt in a drive-by mass shooting in Philadelphia. Five people were hurt in a drive-by mass shooting in Philadelphia. It happened as a crowd gathered for a vigil for a young man who was shot and killed earlier this month. Police say at least 2 gunmen in a vehicle drove by and opened fire. The victims range in age from 17 to 68. The most severe was one man who was shot twice in the face. All are reported to be in a stable condition. Police continue to search for the gunman. At least 1 person is dead following a train-truck collision in Kansas. It happened in Topeka, north of Interstate 70 near a water treatment facility. Authorities say a 67-year-old man died when a concrete truck and a locomotive collided on Tuesday afternoon. The man was leaving the parking lot at Bettis Asphalt Concrete Supply. He entered the railroad tracks and was struck by an oncoming train. The impact caused the truck to spin out and land on the passenger side. Authorities say the impact ruptured a nearby gas line and the truck was engulfed in flames. No one else was hurt in the incident, and circumstances of the crash are currently under investigation. No injuries are reported after a structure was heavily damaged after a fire in Jackson County yesterday afternoon. The fire was at County Road 128 near Edna. It happened at a large grass fire. About 50 acres were on fire. The fire was contained yesterday afternoon. Severe storms moved through Tennessee on Tuesday, causing widespread damage. The severe weather brought down power lines and uprooted trees in the area. Crews were addressing tree limbs that are down on power lines and poles that are down. Leaders are asking motorists to use caution on the road and treat intersections as a four-way stop if traffic signals are out. Thousands of customers currently without power. An open house held yesterday for the Farm to Market Road 236 widening project. More than 80 concerned citizens came out to hear if there will be any conflicts from this potential reconstruction. It is still unknown if any roads or homes will have to be purchased for the right-of-way for this project. The changes are still just a proposal until the start date is set.
The community will be informed along the way. There will be detours. They're not going to be stuck in their homes. Driveways won't be blocked. Whatever goes on there, the community will be informed the whole way, with least impact and least inconvenience to them.
You can find more information at TxDOT.gov and click on FM 236 project. If you have any comments or questions, or rather concerns, you can submit those until August 2nd. The Texas Tribune spoke with over half a dozen doctors who provide gender-affirming care about the fear of losing their jobs, scaring away medical providers from working in Texas, and most importantly, revoking this critical health care for trans children. Read more about this on our website, crossroadstoday.com. And we want to invite you to experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, and on your cell phone. Just search Crossroads Today Plus. Now let's get one last look at our forecast with Trey. A lot of 101s there, Trey.
Exactly, 101s, 102.
Like us versus the sun.
That's the way to put it, yes, definitely. I guess you can put your armor on, that'd be your sunscreen, to try to keep you from getting sunburn. But the main story is trying to keep cool. Phoenix Valley coming up by 10 a.m. with near 100 degrees, 107 to 109 by 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So please be safe out there. 101, there you go, Carolina. That's going to be the daytime high today in Victoria. With Phoenix Valley approaching 110 in the afternoon. Overnight lows in the upper 70s. Highs tomorrow, we'll do it again tomorrow, 101 or so. Those sunny skies to continue. And then that's going to continue all the way through the weekend. There's some rain chances coming in by Monday and Tuesday. We're definitely looking forward to that, which will cool us down a little bit, give us as much any rainfall around that time. In the meantime, try your best to stay cool and know those heat safety tips and be safe out there. And back to you, Carolina.
Stay cool and conserve that water. Thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today, and join James, Don, Matt, Karina, and Gina today for 25 News Now at 5, 6, and